Hello, I'm Lynn Hicks, and welcome to 10 Minutes of Feminine Health and Beauty. I'm going to share with you some ancient secrets from older cultures when women spent a lot more time together and they knew a lot more about their body and they rode in a more flowing way of feminine energy and oxytocin and did more creating and artistry in the world. And so they had a lot more health and understanding of their body. And right now, as modern women, we're operating in a lot of masculine energy. We're in the adrenal system because we are out in the business world, and everything there is done in a masculine form. And that's really wonderful for men, but for women, if we stay the whole day in that, we're actually hurting ourselves and our body, and we're hurting our chakras, the feminine chakras of the womb, of the heart and the breasts, and of your thyroid and your throat. And so these things like to run in oxytocin, and that's part of the parasympathetic nervous system. When we're much more relaxed and we're more creative and we feel more comfortable in our skin, like we would when we're in our homes and no one's around, that's when we're in oxytocin. And we need to bring more of that to our body throughout the day so we can start to rebalance some of this masculine energy and these adrenaline and cortisol running through our body. So my job here is to teach you all these simple little ways throughout the day that you can bring this in and start to retrain your body because it naturally wants to operate in this energy of oxytocin. It's just that we've trained it to be an adrenaline all day long. So now we're going to switch it back. And once we start to learn these practices and techniques and do them, our body kind of starts to do it on its own anyway because it's just more healthful for it. So the very beginning of this has to be a connection to our body. We have to have a very strong, positive connection to our body. If we do not, and we sit there and talk and yell at it and call it ugly and wrinkled and fat, it's not going to work for us. It's just not going to support us the way that it can in its best manner. And I know that's a really hard thing at this time with all the different things that people do to create beauty and augment and change themselves and all the messages we have. It's not easy to love ourselves where we are. But the importance of it is vital to our health because in our body is where we get our sensory messages and our feeling, emotional nature is activated through the body. So if we're not in our body and we're not positively connected to it, we're missing a lot of our intuitive, feeling, empathetic nature that tells us about the world. It's our guidance system. And it's why women are more connected to each other and to the world at large than men because we come from this more feeling nature. And so we don't know how we're going to feel the world unless we're in our body. If we stay in our mind and just factualize the world as men do, we're not using all of the tools that we have. And we're also not in good health. So what we want to do is learn ways to do this. The most important thing is that we connect with our body in a positive way. And we find ways to do that. And you can simply just start by the things that you really like about yourself and really revel in them. And we naturally do this as women. If we have nice legs, we know what clothes to wear. We know what colors to bring out our eyes. We know, all different jewelry and different ways that we accentuate what we like. And we're really going to revel in this. And we're really going to know with consciousness how important this is because this is helping us connect with our body. And our basic self, our body consciousness that beats our heart and takes in our air and digests our food, it is already operating. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing that we are blessed that it can sit there and do all these things for us while we're thinking all the time. And it's very important that we work and align with this because this is really what's going to help us enjoy life. We're in a body and we have to appreciate it. And it's very, very important, especially as women, that we are giving it good messages. And there's 3 reasons why you really want to ground in your body as a woman. There's many of them, but I'm going to give you 3 that I think are really important. And the first one is if you're grounded in your body and you're not messing with it with negative messages, you have an innate health system that's going to work for you. And that's absolutely wonderful because it can balance, eat right, look right, do all these things for us without our thinking. Unfortunately, our conscious mind gets in there and talks to it negatively, and it doesn't allow this innate system to operate. Or maybe we're not hungry. Our basic self would not overeat, but we're not feeling good and we're not having pleasure. So we decide with our conscious mind and our emotions to overindulge. And so we do, and we stuff ourselves, and our body consciousness at that moment, we're working against it. It's saying, oh, this is too much, and it's not going to give us a good response back. So we really want to understand how to work with this so that this innate health system can be available to us. And we don't have to think all the time about how to do all these different things because our body is naturally working for us. The second thing that's really important is that we're very sensory as women. We notice all the small nuances, and that's what makes women women. It's very Martha Stewart. Our tables look good, our flowers look good, our things smell good, things are presented well. This is the artistry, and this comes from our sensual nature. So when we actually get more involved and really sink into our sensual nature, we're starting to be more in our body. And being there, we're going to get the messages properly from our sensory nature. And truly, as we revel and understand that this is a message system that we're not using right, we start to really notice the subtleness of our sensual nature, and that begins to awaken our sixth sense, which we all have. We're empathetic and we feel and sense the world differently. But when we're actually in our body and we're really noticing this, then our intuition can give us messages and we can connect and notice it. But we have to be in this more oxytocin, relaxed, slower moving state for that to occur. So that body connection is really important for us to really, revel in our sensual nature. The third thing is that when we feel good and we have a good connect with our body and we find beauty with it, we're much more relaxed. So when we go out, we're feeling more safe. We're not in a competitive thing. We're not feeling that we're not our best, or we're not comparing ourselves or criticizing ourselves. We're much more relaxed. And then the world comes to us in a whole different way. And really, that's what this whole series is about. How can we bring more of this oxytocin relaxed state? And one of the ways that we can do that is to really revel and connect by being in our body, being grounded in it, so we can get the messages from all of our senses, as well as our sixth sense, which is our intuition in our Svadhisthana chakra of the womb. The most important tool that we have to do this is through our self-talk. So we must get rid of the negative self-talk. It just has absolutely no purpose in our life. It has no place. We wouldn't hang out with a friend who talked to us mean. And so we're going to treat our body like a friend, and we're not going to talk mean to it. We're going to actually support it. We're going to thank it, and we're going to appreciate it. And when we notice that we have self-talk, we can't just say the opposite. We have to create something feeling, because that is our way. We're very feeling. So affirmations don't work for us a lot unless we get the emotions involved. So if you don't like your thighs, for instance, and you're just not comfortable with them, you can't just say, oh, I love you thighs, without feeling. You have to find a way to connect and really appreciate and honor your thighs by, thank you for carrying me. You're very strong and wonderful, and I'd like you to get shapely and support me even better so I can look good. So we really have to talk to ourselves in this more feeling, positive way. Has to have the emotion, because that's what we are, the masters of our emotional nature. We just haven't learned how to do that yet in this world where we're in very masculine energy, to kind of bring back that more balanced feminine energy to ourselves. So our self-talk has to change, and it has to shift, and we have to let go of the negative self-talk, and we've got to work on this. And it's simple enough. This is how women are. We compliment each other all the time, so now we're just going to compliment ourselves, and we're going to feel good about it. The practice that I'd like to give you, it's going to be something that you do every day. You put on your lotion after your shower and you get ready to go wherever you're going to go for your day. And what I'm asking you to do in this practice is to really luxuriate in this. I want you to do it very slow. I want to give you that extra 5 minutes you're going to give to yourself when you put on your lotion, and you're going to use your favorite lotion. Hopefully it's organic and has an incredible scent and wonderful texture, and it's going to involve all of your sensual nature. And then you're going to take your time, you're going to stick it on your body like you're some magically wonderful queen, and you're going to appreciate your hands for the service they do, and your lovely arms for carrying all the burdens that you have, and you're going to love all of your legs to get you around. You're just really going to sit there and luxuriate in putting this on and feel how good it feels to slowly rub your body and slowly put on this wonderful scented lotion and just really luxuriate in it and really enjoy it and connect with your body. And you'll feel the oxytocin will come. We naturally do this some days. We get out of the tub and we luxuriate in it. And we're going to try to do this every single day. We're going to add that extra 5 minutes of self-nourishment to ourselves in a positive way to connect with our body so that our body can help give us the messages and we can be in more relaxed oxytocin so that we can notice our empathetic and our intuitive nature because we're grounded and connected in our body. So I want you to write me about that. I want you to do it for a week and let me know what you think, because when you go out in the world and you actually do that for yourself every day, the way you're going to experience the world and the world's going to experience you is going to be completely different. It's going to feel like magic because you're going out in a much more magnificent, wonderful sense of yourself. And the world's going to respond to you in that wonderful, relaxed state. And a lot of opportunity and different things are going to come your way just because you're more comfortable. So I look forward to hearing that, and I look forward to giving you the next thinking on how we can get out of that more adrenal state and into greater health because we're in more relaxed feminine oxytocin. So I look forward to seeing you then.